if you guys want to recap last week, I would love to hear some biggest takeaways and how you've applied, maybe some of that to your business this week.
Anybody want to start? I'll just say I really loved the master your process first. That not only I felt like applied to me, but it's really changed kind of like the way I'm doing mentoring as well. To like really help, especially brand new coaches and people where they are, to master where they are and give them that confidence to like move forward and teach it. So I loved that. And then I also just love that good leaders see things before others see them. So that's kind of been my, like, another thing that I'm reminding myself of daily is you have to see that vision first.
Awesome. Love it. Who else?
For me, I really looked at the whole like reflective thinking and like looking at the big picture of everything was something that I definitely
more
took.
Like the goal setting, like making sure that I was reaching for something that it was like above what I thought that I could achieve, but something that was still within reason, instead of setting the bar too high to where maybe I failed and then I lost that confidence, and just trying to like keep building my confidence.
Yeah. How has that served you this week?
It definitely has helped. I've had a really busy week. I just got a third grade position and I have been like all over the place. So being able to set goals and keep in contact with the coaches that I've set up and meet those requirements has really helped me get through the little hurdles that I've had so far.
Awesome. Well, I think it's nothing to be sad about. It sounds like you're having a great week. Congratulations on your new position and
Thank you.
New business. So that's really exciting. It's just figuring out how to, balance it all and figure out what your jam is going to be.
Right.
How about you, Kaylin?
Sorry, I was like finishing my workout really fast as I got home from school, and I was like doing that. So I missed like your question. Was it just like what we thought about last week?
Yep, just if you had any big takeaways or anything that you've applied from last week's call.
Yeah, I mean, I think definitely the reflective thinking that each day is something that really stuck with me and that I've been trying to do. Definitely, like Elizabeth said, it's tough when you're like trying to get into your routine. I talked to Mackenzie today. I was like, I'm just tired, but it's like having those goals and like you're saying, like finding kind of your mojo, for lack of better words, and just like I have yet to kind of get that, but I'm trying not to beat myself up about it. So like what you said and Mackenzie has said, like celebrate the little things along the way, and that's kind of what I've been trying to do each day. So
if it makes you guys feel any better, I'm like a duck. Like I'm so calm on the surface, but I'm paddling like hell underwater because I have yet to figure it out either. Every single day is different, which is hard as a mom because you just don't know what the day is going to bring. So you can't even develop a routine. So every single day I have to learn how to figure it out. And that can be one of the most defeating things in the world, or it can be one of the most empowering things in the world because it shows like, hey, like I'm passionate about what I do, and no matter what, I'm going to find a way to show up because being a part of this community and this business, this makes me better. And this season is short, right? Whatever you're going through, whether it's school or whether it's a new addition in your family or whatever's going on, these seasons are short, but this business is long term if we continue to show up every day for it. So hopefully that can bring some perspective too, that I struggle too. Like it's hard. Every day is so hard, but this business is so much more than that word hard. So I'll figure it out and I'll keep going. So cool. Let's dive in, guys. I'm with you all on like the fatigue and the hunger and all that stuff. So bear with me tonight because I'm like, literally I was about to go out and stuff a chicken breast in my face. I'm just moving up a bracket today, but I'm going to wait a couple weeks. I might need to move up, but
yeah, I think I will.
Yeah. So we'll see how that goes. So bear with me tonight. I feel a little foggy. But tonight, again, 3 weeks in, I wanted to go into another law of leadership. And tonight I wanted to talk about the law of addition, which, it's one of my favorites. So I'm pumped to bring this to you guys and hopefully share some great insight with you. Again, it's just going to be a couple quick points, and then I'm going to give you guys some guidelines, just a few guidelines to add value to others, how you can add value to others. So tonight's all about reflection. Again, who can you be through this process? How can you add value to your community to ultimately become a better leader? So many people view leadership the same way they view success, hoping to go as far as they can, right? To climb the ladder, to achieve the highest position that they possibly can for their talent. But contrary to conventional thinking, you guys, I believe the bottom line in leadership is how far we advance ourselves. Not how far we advance ourselves, but how far we can advance others. And I really want to set the tone with that, especially being, I guess, what we can say the position that I'm in. I've been in the business 4 years. I've achieved elite 3 times. I'm in the higher star diamond ranks. And, you know, sometimes you could look at this and say like, wow, I want to be there. Like, that's what I strive for my life. I want to hit that certain income. I want to hit that certain rank. And we're constantly thinking about what we want, right? But the reality is that you'll get there, right? If you're focused on the goal and you work really hard, you'll get there. But the thing is like, it might not always be as rewarding as you think. And that's because a lot of times in this business, people are more focused on themselves than they are focused on others. And I wrote down here, it's easy to set goals for what we want. And we should set goals for what we want. But if you're only focused on yourself, 2 things are going to happen. Either if you're constantly focused on yourself, you're never going to get there because you're so, and this isn't to be rude or mean, but it's just the truth. You're so focused on yourself that you become a little bit self-absorbed and that you think that this business is entirely about you. Or number 2, you will get there, but it's because you've managed every area of your business to kind of manipulate it in a sense to where you will achieve that goal, but it won't be sustainable and it won't be long-term. So the best thing that you guys can do right now in your business is adopting the attitude that, you know, leadership, the best type of leadership is not being able to lead yourself, but being able to effectively lead others. How far can you advance others? How successful can you make somebody else? Because that has been a huge reflection for me in the past couple years. And I just have to be completely honest. I mean, you guys aren't blind to this. You're part of the team, but we don't have very many elite coaches in our downline. We don't have very many star diamond coaches in our downline. And every year when January hits and I'm kind of sick to my stomach, everyone's like, oh my gosh, what an awesome year. I'm so proud. And I'm like, I'm so proud because elite is a team goal. That's something that we can't do without each other. That's not possible without this team. It's not possible without any other team in our team as a whole. But the reality is I reflect going, man, where did I fail? How can I help my leaders become higher level leaders, which means how can I help them lead others effectively? And I really believe that if you guys can start thinking in that mindset now and looking at the people in your downline now, whether that's your first day or your 50th day, it doesn't matter. The more that you focus on helping others achieve success, you're naturally going to grow in your business. But more so, more rewarding than anything in the world is being able to look at what somebody else has accomplished because of your doing or because of your influence. So huge, huge note there. Second thing is I was reading about I can't say his name, but he's the CEO of Costco. His name is Seingal, I think, Sinegal, Seingal. And he's the 4th largest retailer in the United States. So you guys know Costco. Everybody knows Costco. And you think about these big corporations and these big CEOs, and you can imagine how much money he probably makes, right? He's the 4th largest corporation. But what's so incredible about him and his story, and I read it here in a book, and I also listened to it at Leadership this past November, is that he takes one of the lowest paying salaries that there are across the corporate boards because he doesn't believe in being in an environment where he's like 50,000 feet above everybody else. And I just admire him so much for that. So he makes right? $350,000 a year. But anybody else in his position is making over $1 million. But he believes in playing low level. He's living below his means. He's in the trenches with his team always, no matter what. Just because he's at the top, it doesn't matter. And I absolutely love that about him. And one thing that he said is, it's improper for one person to take credit when it takes so many people to build a successful organization. He says, when you try to be top dog, you don't create loyalty. If you can't give credit and take blame, you will drown in your ability to inspire. And I love that. I'm going to say it one more time. It's improper for one person to take credit when it takes so many people to build a successful organization. When you try to be top dog, you don't create loyalty. If you can't give credit or take blame, you will drown in your ability to inspire. And that humbles me so much. And it kind of also encompasses elite in our organization, and how that works is that, a lot of times the company will lift my name up, right? And they'll say, congratulations, Natalie, or you did this, when in reality, it's like taking that type of credit for something that you really didn't accomplish, you absolutely didn't accomplish on your own, is not something to feel essentially proud of. You can feel proud that you committed, and you can feel proud that you walked first, and you can be proud that you led with integrity. But the point is that you did those things. You led with integrity. You did walk first. You did show up, and you inspired other people to take action. But if it's not for the people that you bring into your future team, that you continually love on and mentor, you are not going to have a solid business. And that's just the reality of it. So I want you to get in that headspace now and know that the more that you can give, and the more that you can love on people and help them grow and be successful, it's naturally going to benefit you as well. So 3 points real quick. Ways to add value to others. Number one way to add value to others is to truly value others. And, when a person moves into a position of authority, he or she gives up their right to abuse people. So a lot of times people think, well, I'm at a higher level now, so I can tell you what to do, when in fact, it's quite the opposite. When you're at a higher level, it actually takes away your power, because now you want to prove more than ever that it doesn't matter. You're in the trenches. You're here. You have no authority over anybody. Let me think. So it's not only the beginning of good leadership to have that sense of understanding, but effective leaders go beyond not harming others, right? So they intentionally help people. And to do that, they must value people and demonstrate that they care in such a way that their followers know it. So one thing that I am terrible at, but I've really been trying to focus hard on it this year, is understanding the love language of each of my teammates. And I believe the importance in that, and so much, because it is so easy to think that everybody is like you. And I promise you right now, you guys, more than half of the people in your organization are not going to be like you. They're probably going to love the same TV shows. They're going to love wine. They're going to love getting crazy every once in a while. They're going to love the same guy that you love on The Bachelor. But when it comes to their love language, it's going to be completely different. Mac and I are like yin and yang. Like, we have so many commonalities. We think, breathe, act. We do so much alike. We are completely different people. The things that make her tick don't make me tick. The things that make me tick don't make her tick. And that's just something that's incredibly important to understand. Mac, I didn't even know this about you until you took the love language test just last month, that your number one thing was physical touch, right? And words of affirmation, right? And I'm not sure if you knew about me that mine was acts of service, which simply just means somebody doing something without me having to ask them. Like, if I go out of here right now, my husband did the dishes, can you hear me? I will be like over the moon, like, you're the best in the whole world. Like, that would literally make my whole day. And that's my love language. Like, that to me says he loves me more than anything in the world. Whereas if Darren did the dishes for Mac, she'd probably just be like, come give me a kiss, and then I'll know you love me. Does that make sense? And that's the importance in knowing your team, because then you know how to interact with them. Very, very important. I recommend making this a part of your getting started right process, even if it's your best friend, to be like, hey, take this quick test for me and It's like online. It's free. You just go to like, what's it called?
I don't know. I'm going to post it in the team page.
Yeah, the 4 love languages test. It's like Google
I
it.
definitely
And you
did that at one point in time. I might have the link still.
Yeah, but it's so valuable, and you'll learn a lot about people that you know very well. But again, to help you interact even better. So number 1, we add value to others when we truly value others, which means respect and value the things that they love and that make them feel special, and make sure that you're finding a way to give that to them. Okay, number 2, guys, is we add value to others when we make ourselves more valuable to others. So we add value to others when we make ourselves more valuable to others. The whole idea of adding value to other people depends on the idea that you have something of value to add. So what does that mean? We need to be growing, don't we? We constantly need to be improving ourselves. We constantly need to be diving into our biggest insecurities and finding out ways to overcome them. Because when you deal with your own stuff, you not only become better, but when you become better, what happens? You have value to add. Make ourselves more valuable to others by working on ourselves every single day. Okay, so if you possess, I love this, it says, if you have opportunities to give, you acquire them through hard work. If you possess wisdom, you gained it by intentionally evaluating the experiences you've had. And the more intentional you have been in growing personally, the more you have to offer. So love that. And then number 3, guys, finally, is that we add values to others when we know and relate to what others value. So we think of that as, I'm trying to think. So I read one time that it was another book, I don't know, but it talked about how this girl, she had her house cleaned or something, and then one day when she was like lifting up her bed sheets to like change them and stuff, she saw like a card underneath her mattress, and the card said, "Yes, we clean here too." And it was actually left by like the cleaning person. And like, what an act of service, like what an incredible impression that person made, right? And we think of that as good customer service, when you'd be like, wow, that's like so important and that makes me feel so good. Just like if you have a good experience at a restaurant or something like that. When we're clients or guests, we expect that. We expect good customer service. But as leaders,